We're back. More on this. So before we get started, I'll tell you what's going on today. I would just like to say a massive thank you to one of my subscribers, Ryan. He's took the time out of his day to make this. I am absolutely chuffed to bits. It's the first present I've actually had for down here from a subscriber. Sound. Thanks a lot, Ryan. I'm going to find somewhere nice to mount that in the shop. Hopefully you'll see it every time you watch a video, it'll be there. Big day today. Hopefully, touch wood, all going to plan. We'll get this rear chassis leg welded in. Been a little bit busy off camera. Haven't filmed it all this week, but I've made a couple more little modifications to the leg. First of all being, I've welded a little tab in behind here just so I've got something a little bit thicker to weld through and give it a little bit more strength once it's welded both sides. Also fitted the exhaust bracket onto it. So that's all ready to go. I've a little bit of trimming and shaping here and there just to make sure it fits nicely. The other thing I've been busy doing is, for those of you who've been on my Instagram, I've made a couple of little support brackets to go in to weld in the chassis rail while I'm in there underneath the suspension cup. Not that I know these have history of collapsing under the back end, but a little bit extra support for what they're taking and what they weigh. It's negligible basically. So yeah, give it a little bit more beef up under there. Just give it, just for that range, just a little bit more strength. All I've done is I've cleaned back the metal where I need to be welding to. I've blasted it through with some weld through primer. And I've painted the inside I've primed up the inside of the chassis leg as well, just to give it a little bit of light protection. Once the leg's on and I'm finished all the other side and I've coated it, I'm going to get some wax oil, feed the wax oil down the chassis, and I'll just blitz the whole lot of inside the chassis legs with wax oil, hopefully prevent any future rust. So I've got a couple more little mods to make on this. I want to put in you can see that ring there and that ring there. I want to just put in the little factory holes that are in there, just to keep it looking, I mean it's never going to look exactly like it did from the factory, but if I can get it nice and close and tidy looking, then that'll make me a happy man. So all we're going to do now is, while the primer's drying on these two parts, I'll blast the holes in that, knock them out because I need to bevel them a little bit. Wish to God I had some dimple dies because it would make the job so much easier, but as it is I'm going to just drill the holes, tap the edge around with a hammer, just try and sort of round them in a little bit. It'll give it a little bit more strength. Then once that's done, we'll weld the supports in, and hopefully by then the etch primer on the inside of this chassis leg, the replacement part, should be dry. I should be able to get the whole thing welded on. Let's get on, get it done. Well, that worked better than I thought. You can see or not. We'll call them DIY dimple dies. I'm happy with how that's turned out. So there, that's the chassis leg there. I've got one more thing that I would like to do before I put it on. That is the heat shield on the back. Had one bolt hole through the chassis around here somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll offer this up, put the heat shield on, because I've still got the mounting point on there. I've still got the mounting point on the wheel, spare wheel well. So I'll offer the thing up and I'll find out exactly where it is, mark it, drill a little hole through, pop a little bolt in from the back and weld that on. And that's ready to put in primer, and that's ready to be done. There we go. That's it done and welded in. A little bit of dressing and cleaning up to do here and there, but I'm happy with that. It's now solid as a rock. There we go, that's it. I think I've had about enough for today. As I said before, all I've got to do is dress a few of the little welds up here and there. Some of the little spots are a little bit raggy, but get them dressed up. I've got a couple more little tack welds to put in here and there, but it's in, it's solid. I've still got I know where the supports are under here, under the strut, so I've just got to drill through them halfway, like through the top layer, and then I'll just put some tacks onto the bottom, onto the supports inside to give that the support there. I'm over the moon. I've now got shape along here to repair the top part. What I'll do, as I say, I'll work on it this week. I'll get this dressed up and cleaned up, make it look nice, and hopefully by the time you come back next week, this back corner here should be in primer. So I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm making really good progress with it. Thanks again for watching. I don't know if these videos are of much use to you, you know, with effectively just seeing me welding and grinding, you know, everyone knows what all that's about, but hopefully, I don't know, I'm making them for you guys anyway. It's keeping me motivated, so as I've said before, it works well, you know. The more people watch it, the more I keep motivated, the more I keep pushing on. Really want this thing back on the road, honestly. I'm like, you guys, for them that know us, know that I used to have Novas, and them that don't know us, I used to have Novas, and something I really miss is driving, you know, that feel of sort of starting around the roads in one of these things. So yeah, touch wood, next 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, yeah, whatever, I don't know how long it's going to take to actually get this thing put right, but hopefully we should get it put right and get in a nice, sweet sound position. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.